I saw him peek out just now. Yeah. He's peeking out. It's kind of funny. Oh. Steady now, steady now. Huh? Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Nah, it's a bit behind it. Every time somebody walks by or shakes the the breeze catches it. Come on, man, come on. Come on, we want Vic. We want Vic. Whoa. Ah, look, Soldier Ray. Soldier Ray. You've got that now. It's kind of funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
on.
You can open the door, take a step, take a chance now. You'll find so much more. There's a world you dreamed of, and if you'll allow, let me escort you there. Waiting for you, kiss your hand to tell you I'm alone.
Hey! Thanks, baby! Oh my gosh!
blindingly bright. They chase away the night. And when I see you, I will feel like you. Won't see of passion, cutie. Be sure that you're real. Always save the day. What a crime! Such a wonderful crime. It's got you, this was mine. And I long with all the pain. I invited you came to the dream with me. All the time, it's the gaze in your eyes, and to feel more love than I can contain. When I know it's a mistake, I must have found a way to set my spell on you. Guilty to love.
So freaking awesome. I'm so glad you're in here. This is like an Italian family reunion. Any Italians in the house? You know what I'm talking about. Hey. How's everybody doing? First things first, how many of you have I not gotten to meet yet and signed something? You know what that means? That means that you have to meet me down at my table later, okay? Meet me down at my table. Hey, listen, this is my favorite time to get to talk with you guys. Having a solo Q&A panel is like one of my favorite hours of the whole weekend. Because I get to talk about whenever you want to talk about, some questions, and I can tell you stuff that's going on that I don't normally get to tell you, like when we're signing and stuff. So real quick, let me tell you guys a couple of things. A lot of you guys wrote me emails and you asked me if I would bring my music CDs. I brought them for you. True. Can you know it's true? They're down at I'll have them at the autograph session. Now let me tell you what I've got though. Because how many of you were here like when I was here 3 years ago? Look at this, like just a couple. Okay. When I was here 3 years ago, I did not have this brand new CD. I gotta tell you about this. Okay, listen to this. It's a remixed CD. So like, it's all like up-tempo, high energy, fun stuff. But there are songs on there, and I worked really, really hard, hey baby, to get the permission to record songs from Full Metal Alchemist, an Angel, and more on high school as well. So on that CD, on the remix CD, there's the Brothers theme from Full Metal. I'll bet you're thinking right now, you're like, wait a minute, Dick, I know that song, and it's not a high energy, fast song, it's a ballad, right? How can I repay you? Right? No. It's awesome. It's a remix version of it. And then the Dean Angel theme and Guilty Beauty Love, Tom McHugh's theme. So I'll have those down there, and I have to tell you about another CD, because Christmas is coming. You like it or not?
It's a great CD!
It will not be denied. And I have a Christmas CD. The only reason Christmas CD is because you guys wrote me and said, hey, make a Christmas CD. So I did. Now, here's the best part though. There is a duet on the Christmas CD with me and Johnny Young Bosch. Any of you ever wondered, I wonder what a Christmas song being sung by Edward Elric and Bash the Stampede would sound like? That's the CD for you. I also want to invite all of you to follow me on Twitter because I'm tweeting now. And Lord knows what will happen. So you guys follow it and see what happens. And I also want to personally invite you. How many Rangers in the room? See this? All you left out right now because you couldn't raise your hand. It's a sad feeling, isn't it? But it doesn't have to be that way. You can join us in our quest for world domination. So, as a matter of fact, you guys, I ran out of time today in signing, but I told them that as soon as this panel is over, I'm going to go back down there and keep signing. So, that I missed, I'm going to spend an extra hour. The manga people are mad at me because we're kind of taking over their area there. But that's okay! That's what's supposed to happen at cons. So, those of you that want to come down and grab any CDs or say hello and get a picture, as soon as this is over, I'm going to go back down there. And if those of you that I did not get to meet yet want to come down, I'm going to spend an hour, and I'll be here all day tomorrow, too. So, don't let me leave London without meeting you. Because I would be sad. Emo. I would be emo boy. What? Exactly. I would be in Tomaki's emo corner. Alright, let's take some questions. How about that? Yes, sir. Right? Sure. Well, what he asked was noticing like several actors involved in different projects. Like he said, he recognized like Travis and I doing a lot of different shows. Well, the reason is because we both work for Funimation, and we've done a lot of good work for them, and so because we're kind of become one of their regular groups, if there's a character that Travis fits for, or there's a character that I fit for, then we get to be in it. Now, it's funny because some people will say, how come like everybody that's in Full Metal was also in Oran High School Host Club? That's because everybody on the planet Earth was in Full Metal Alchemist. Do you know how many people were on that show? It was like a cast of thousands. So everybody that ever even recorded a line at Funimation was in Full Metal somewhere. But yeah, they would like to use people that that they feel like do a good job for them, and they're fast. It's good to be fast. Because when you're talking about a recording studio, time is money, baby. Time is money. So if you can record 30 lines in an hour, and this guy over here can record 45 lines in an hour, guess who's going to get cast? The 45-line guy. Yes, we. Oh, yes. Oh, we got a question microphone. Excellent.
Hi, I was wondering how it was Full Metal, the original series, and which one first?
Good question. I have had that question before, and you know what, you guys? I'm going to give you an answer that you may or may not like. I don't see the series as separate series. To me, it's like one big Full Metal adventure. So when we finished the first series, and then we started Brotherhood, in my mind, I was just geeking out that Edward was in new places, and meeting new people, and not wearing his red coat. I loved it! When he went to Xerxes, and he had like that cool cross thing on his chest, like he was a bandito or a gunslinger, and then he had that tan duster, I was like, oh yeah. Ed is badass. So I love that about Brotherhood. To me, it's like the further adventures of Full Metal Alchemist. So I don't really kind of differentiate between the two. I see it all as one big world. Yes? Oh, okay. I'll tell you what, I will let you pick the questions, okay? So you'll have the mic, all right? Yes, my dear.
Hi, I was wondering when you come away from an anime or a character, is it important?
Wow, that's a great question. Yes. Have there been any animes that when I finish them, I feel like I've learned something? Yes. With Dragon Ball Z, I learned never be in Dragon Ball Z. what I learned is if they ask you to play a role in Dragon Ball Z, say no. Unless you have some sort of a $6 million man bionic larynx that you have, because, I mean, goodness, Dragon Ball Z is a throat ripper. But I will tell you, I absolutely loved a lot of the emotion of Full Metal. And I loved Oron, too. I loved that it was so zany and wacky, and then all of a sudden, toward the end, they start getting serious, and you find out about the families of these boys, and why they are the way they are, and why they've gravitated toward this club together. I love that. And so, there are a lot of things, a lot of shows that I've done where I've taken away something that was really meaningful to me. Go ahead, pick someone up.
You know in Persona 3 Portable, where you play Junpei?
I'm sorry, say again?
You know Persona 3 Portable, where you play Junpei?
Oh, Junpei, yeah?
Why did friend zone?
What's, sorry?
Why was I friend zone?
Why were...
Friend zone?
Oh, what about it?
Friend zone?
Oh, I don't understand.
Why was I friend zone?
I don't know. Should I know the answer to that? You're talking about Junpei in Persona. Did you like Junpei? Because he liked you.
This makes no sense.
No. But I do love Junpei. I do love Junpei. That was a great game. Question. Oh, here we go. See, your T-shirt is making my throat hurt already.
Out of all the voice actors that you've worked with before, who's your favourite? Like, or if you're funnier than all the others?
Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't know that I could ever answer that question. There's not just one. I love so many different people that I've worked with. Chuck Huber, you guys know who Chuck Huber is? Yeah. Yu Yu Hakusho. He played Tucker in Full Metal Alchemist. He plays Stein in I love Chuck Huber. Todd Havercorn and I. Oh, don't encourage him. Let's see. Laura Bailey. Glass. I have a lot of dear. Travis is a great friend. Yeah, I have a lot of good friends. It would be hard to just pick one. Steve Bloom and I are very good friends. Has Steve been over here? She's great. Okay, question.
What has been the most challenging or most difficult voice role or second role today?
The most challenging role? Well, like I said, Broly from Dragon Ball Z was challenging, but just because it was so hard on the throat. I never imagined that it would be that hard, and it was rough. So now, whenever a new video game comes along with Broly in it, this is the way we record Broly. We record for 10 minutes, and then we take a 5-minute break. And then 10 minutes, and then a 5-minute break. Because your voice is very much like it's a muscle. And you guys know if you work out, you lift weights, right? And after about 10 or 12, your muscle gets tired. So when you yell, your muscle in your throat starts getting tired. And you have to stop and let it rest, and then do it again. So I learned my lesson the hard way. The first Broly movie, that not to just get in there and scream bloody murder and power up for 3 hours because you won't be able to talk for 3 weeks. Yes?
Can I have a request and a question?
I'm sorry?
Can I have a request and a question?
Sure, what is your request?
Can you do the coffee line from Tamaki?
Do you know the girls' lines? Well, then get up here. Okay, turn around because everybody has to see your pretty face. Okay, ready? Go ahead.
I'm scared my father will yell at me if I drink this.
What if I let you drink it from my mouth? What is your question?
Out of all your characters, what's your favourite line to do ever?
Oh gosh, I could never pick one. They're too fun. If you'd have asked me that question like 10 years ago, I would have had an answer. But the more fun things you get to do, the harder it is to pick just one thing. After finishing Brotherhood, with the last episode of Brotherhood, oh my gosh, have you not seen it yet? Is this a spoiler?
I've seen it!
I shouldn't tell you that Colonel Mustang loses his legs? No, that doesn't happen. Sorry. I just wish it happened. Question.
As my inspiration for becoming a voice actor, I would like to know how you got into the industry and what inspired you to get into it.
Well, thank you. I'm honored. I got to be honest with you. I got into the industry quite by accident. I had been doing a lot of acting ever since I was very young. I was doing theater and stage plays and on-camera stuff, but I never really thought about voice acting. And then about 10 or 12 years ago, a friend of mine in Houston, Texas, I was working with him on a video production, and he said, hey, you ought to go and audition for this place in town called ADV Films. They buy these Japanese shows, and they dub them into English, and they need actors. And I thought, wow, that sounds kind of fun. So I went and auditioned, and I got cast as Vega in Street Fighter 2. But you guys, at the time, ADV would fit on the stage right here. I mean, it was just a tiny little studio of guys like you and me who loved this kind of stuff and wanted to make English versions available. So I literally stumbled into it, and I always am very quick to say that I give all the thanks to God for the privilege to be in this industry, because I didn't plan it, I didn't search it out, I didn't like beat the pavement and study. It was just a door that opened up, and I was just happened to kind of walk through it. I had no idea what would come of it, and it has been the biggest blessing and gift of my life. More than anything, it's allowed me the privilege to meet you guys, and to work on shows that have moved me as much as they've moved you guys. So I am eternally grateful for the privilege to do what I did. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever wondered or wished to be a character which you haven't actually been yet? And also, I've got a question.
What? No, wait. Ask me your question again, sweetheart.
Have you ever wished to be a character which you actually haven't been yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can you give an example?
You know, guys, I used to answer that question when people said, is there a character you wish you would have played that you didn't get to play? And I used to answer that question, but then I realized something. I realized that maybe it might appear that I'm dissing the person who actually did get cast. You know what I'm saying? That somehow I'm undermining the person who actually ended up playing the role. And I would never want to do that. That would never be my intention. So I stopped actually saying the names of any characters that I wished I could have played. I will say that the ones that I have gotten to play, I am unspeakably grateful for. And I think I've been very fortunate to get to play a lot of great characters, even if they're not main characters, like Death Sight in Soul Eater. He's not the lead character, and you know, he's not the main guy, but he's so much fun. Kurt Weber. I love Kurt Weber. He wasn't the lead guy, but he was so much more fun to play than some of the more straight-laced guys. So yes, there are always those characters that I wanted to play, and in some cases, you guys, some characters that I even got to start playing. There were a couple of shows that ADV had, and I was cast in them, and we were already recording them when ADV went out of business, and they lost those licenses, so I'll even tell you, Sergeant Frog was one of those. I was playing Sergeant Frog, and I was having so much fun playing Kororo, Sergeant Frog. And we had already recorded like 15 episodes. And then ADV lost that license, Funimation picked it up, and they started over from scratch. So sometimes there are actually characters that you started to get to play, and then for whatever reason you didn't get to continue playing them. But you try not to focus on that, because that's a downer. You try to focus on the opportunities that you do get, and making the best of them.
Okay. Cutting down here.
Oh, hi. Absolutely.
Not doing most of these. What advice or tips would you give to upcoming singers?
Singers or voice actors? What advice would I give the voice actors? Here is my advice to you, all of you that are interested in voice acting. You ready? Here it comes. One word. You ready? Act. Get as much experience as you possibly can acting, because that's the key to voice acting. A lot of people can make funny voices. A lot of people can imitate funny characters and characters that they like. But there's a whole different thing. There's a difference between imitating a character that's already been done and creating one yourself and being able to play that character through all the highs and lows emotionally that the character goes through. So all of the voice actors that I know have an extremely vast amount of experience as actors. So I would encourage you to get involved in community theater, plays in your area, school productions, wherever you can develop your skills as an actor. That's the first thing. And the second thing is you have to be where the work is. So, I'm not sure, the only areas that I know in the States, I'm not sure if anyone does any voice acting recording work here, but in the States it's like Los Angeles, and Houston and Dallas, some in Vancouver, Canada, some in New York City, and that's really about it. But that shouldn't stop you from developing your skills as an actor, because that's the key to voice acting. Yes?
I was just thinking, when I saw that Naruto thing about Obito, did you voice it?
Yes.
What episode do you voice it?
Every episode. I played a lot of characters in Naruto. I played Obito, and I played Nagato, and there was this weird, creepy guy in one of the Shippuden movies called Yomi. Does anybody know who that is? I got some heads nodding here. He was this creepy guy. He can be very creepy. Oh my gosh. He cracked his chest cavity open. That's how creepy it was. And then I played this other character in Naruto named Gwen, who everybody thinks is a girl.
When?
But he's not a girl. He just talks like that. Who's got a question?
Hi.
Hey, Luffy.
Out of the anime openings you've done for various jobs, which was your favourite to sing?
Wow. Well, you know what? I mean, the Dragon Ball Kai theme is awful fun. What is that? Don't stop, we're in love now. Don't stop, there's so much to be found. We can't find paradise. All we have to do is go, free your soul. Sing with me. Dragon song. I love that song. But then I love some of the One Piece songs too. I think back to the time when my story began. Love that one. So we kept picking one. I love a lot of them. Yes. Question?
This is from the NPN.
Hi.
This is from the NPN Buzz. Are you a Furby yet?
I'm sorry?
Are you a Furby yet?
No, I'm not, but I've been told that I should be. Are you? You're not? Are you? No, Brody? Okay. Oh, who else?
I heard that, I know that you play the piano, and I also heard that J. Michael Tatum plays piano as well. I heard it. Would you ever, release maybe a DVD of the two of you duetting on piano?
Well, you know what? I have to be honest with you. I don't know whether or not, I don't know what Michael does. I don't know what he plays or what level of a player he is. I've been wanting to learn some of the songs that Tamaki plays on the piano. Just for the fun of it. I actually have 2 piano CDs of instrumental piano music that I've released as well. But that would be fun. If J. Michael Tatum would like to do it, I'd be happy to do it. Thank you, sweetie.
Could you do know, from tactics.
Oh my
Could you
God.
please give us a Muchan line?
What would be something he would say?
My darling Muchan.
Oh my darling Moonshine! Someone else?
What would you need on a resume to be hired by Funimation?
Oh my gosh. What would you put on a resume to be hired by Funimation? What? You could put will voice act for food. You know, I'll be honest with you, they don't really even accept resumes when it comes to voice acting. It's pretty much just kind of an audition. And what Funimation does is sometimes they'll actually have open auditions for any voice actors in the area that want to come and audition. And they won't hold an audition for a specific role. They'll just bring people in, 20 or 30 people, and they'll let them audition in general just to see if they kind of have the chops for it. You know what I mean? If it's something that they have a gift for. But no, I would just say if you live in one of the cities where this kind of work is done, maybe get an agent who will represent you. And try to get yourself lined up with some auditions. That's what I would say. Yes.
And I have a request.
You're Nekazawa senpai. You're scary.
And I have a request and a question.
Okay.
And my question is, if you weren't voice acting, what would you be doing now, do you think?
You know what? If I were not voice acting, I would be doing what I'm doing anyway. That's the beauty. That's why I love my life so much, because I do things that I love to do, and I actually get to make some money out of them. Not a lot of money, but enough to be able to, you can get pay your bills. And if you're able to find a way to do something that you love, like for instance, besides voice acting, I do a lot of film and video production work, shooting, directing, editing. I do a lot of music work professionally, sound design, writing music and producing music for different artists as well as for my own stuff, writing for production companies. Do you guys have IKEA in London? I just wrote music for six different IKEA commercials in the States. I wrote the music for that. So I would honestly be doing what I'm doing right now, except I wouldn't be getting hired to be a voice actor. So I would be doing all the other stuff.
My request is, would you mind saying, having a shout out to my friend Charlotte?
Charlotte?
She's called Charlotte. She's from the UK, she's one of your biggest fans.
Oh, sure. In fact, Charlotte in here. Hi, Charlotte. Hello. Charlotte, I want everybody here to meet you. Say hi, Charlotte. Pretty cool, right? Thank you. Question?
Hello.
Hi.
I just want to say I really respect you for being able to share your faith and conventions and stuff.
Well, thank you, sweetie. I do my best. I take a lot of pot shots because of that, too, but hey, at least I do.
I was wondering, do you have a favorite Bible verse?
I do.
Share with us?
I have many, but one of my favorites is Colossians 3:23. Whatsoever you do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men. So, that's one of my favorites. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
You know what's funny, you guys? It's funny that some people get so offended. Not very many people. Most people are cool, like you. But whenever somebody even asks me a question like that, if I even answer it, occasionally I'll get an email from somebody who goes, I heard that you cram your religion down people's throats. Do you feel like I crammed anything down your throat? No! No! I just share what I love. I share something that's precious to me. I would be a jerk if I didn't, right? I mean, if you have something in your life that gives you great joy, what kind of a bozo would you be to keep it to yourself? Right?
Yeah.
And not share it with people. And that's how I feel about just about everything I do. I love voice acting. I love music. I love Star Trek. I love Jesus, and I love Star Wars, and I love dressing up in costume, and I love Staying. So I share the things that I love with people that I care about. Yes?
I've got a request. Can you sing a few lines from Jenna Carter Watson and Charlie?
David and Charlie. Is David and Charlie in there right now? I'm going to serenade David and Charlie. Je ne parle plus. Nothing seems to say the way you move me, rushing through me. Je ne parle more, but a promise has been made. You can't believe this from the first kiss. Yes. More Nekozawas. Oh my gosh, we have a Nekozawa convention in Africa. They're everywhere. Yes. Oh, call me Vic. I'm old enough already. What's your Vignana? Yes. Sorry?
I think it's time to straighten out the relationship.
I don't know what that means, but it frightens me. I know, I'm just teasing you. You look awesome. Thank you, sweetie. Question?
What do you think your favorite part of being a voice actor?
What is my favorite part of being a voice actor? I have two answers. Number one, it's really fun to get to play characters that you would never get cast as on screen. For instance, I would never in a million years get cast as a 15-year-old boy with a metal arm who's much shorter than me. I would never get cast as a giant muscle-bound Super Saiyan. But through the beauty of voice acting, I get to play those characters. So one of the fun things about my job is that I get the opportunity to play characters that I would otherwise never get to play if it were an on-screen role. And the second thing that I love about voice acting and what I do is you guys. I love you guys with a fiery passion. I mean it. Because you know what? Let me tell you guys something. How many of you guys have ever been on a stage play? Have you ever acted? Yes? Okay. When you're on stage, right? You're on stage, and you're there with other actors, and there's the audience out there, and you say something funny, and you hear the audience laugh, right? Or you say something dramatic, and you hear the audience go, and then when the scene is over, and you hear the audience scream and cheer and applaud, that's a big part of acting, right? When we voice act, we're in a box. There is no audience. There's nobody on stage with you. There's nobody out here reacting to what you do. So when Edward Elric is virtually in tears, and he's so emotional, and he's afraid that he's not going to be able to get his body back, and he can't help his brother, there's nobody in the booth going, right? And when Tamaki, why don't you sing those dirty boy words again? There's nobody to laugh. This is the chance to share with you guys that very important part of acting that voice actors don't get. And that is the chance to interact with people who've seen your work or heard your work and have been moved by it, or laughed or cried, or it helped them through a difficult time in their lives, or they made friends, or they bonded closer with their brother and sister or their mom. That's priceless. And that's why I do not hesitate to travel around the world to meet you guys, because I love sharing that with you. So that's the second thing that I love the most about voice acting is you guys. Yes?
I have a question and a request.
Okay.
What's the weirdest thing that someone's ever asked you at a convention?
I'm sorry?
What's the weirdest thing someone's ever asked you at a convention?
The weirdest thing someone's ever asked me at a convention? Weirdest thing. They all start to seem pretty normal. Isn't that funny? there was probably a time when somebody would ask me something, I'd go, ooh, that's so weird. And I think I've gotten used to it now. Like, even the weird ones don't seem that weird. This guy said something today to me. This guy said something to me today that no one has ever said to me in all of the tens of thousands of people I've met, in all the conventions I've done. Yeah, you want to know what he said? Here's what he said. I didn't know how to respond to this. Tell him what you said first.
My photo,
Tell him what you said.
I thought it might sound gay to him and only him.
What do you say to that? Thank you. Of course. Of course. I'm going to take a picture with my boyfriend. If he dresses zero, how hot could that be? What? Oh my God. Thank you. Come on. Now you're making a porn movie or something. He probably had a plan with her. He said, "No, you didn't get the picture, and you have to put it in." Oh yes, was there a second part?
We do the signing. So you can do the signing now, or do you want to wait up for later on?
Yeah, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to go down there and sign for an hour. So come down and see me.
Okay.
Question. Here, you pick one, and I'll pick one.
Could you please say Kakarot for me?
I picked the wrong question. Can you believe that? What did I just get done telling you guys about Dragon Ball Z? Why do you want to hurt me? Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? I can't do it. Will you do Broly for me, please? For the love of God, please. You know what? I love you, but I dare not do it. It'll kill me. You don't want to kill me, do you? You know what's going to happen? Let me tell you what's going to happen. I'm going to start screaming Kakarot, and then you guys are going to come down to my table to say hi, and they're going to say, you're going to say, can you do this? Can you say this? And be like, no, I can't. Because I am. But I love you. I love you. Kakarot! That's Broly on helium.
Can you say Roy Mustang looks dead sexy?
No! What is wrong with you? Listen, I gotta tell you guys something. There are only a few things in the world that need to die a fiery death, and that line is one of them. Do you know how many people have been terrorized by that line? Poor voice actors who didn't even have anything to do with it get asked to say that line at conventions. Like poor people like Sonny Strait, Chris Sabat, they'll go to a convention and somebody's like, "Thank you, birthday," and they don't even know what that means. They don't even understand it. Poor Aaron Dismuke is scarred for life. Because as a little boy, he made the mistake of saying that line. And he's in therapy right now because of it. No. What? Colonel Mustang is dead sexy! And I won't finish it. Rachel! I love you. Yes, you're welcome.
Would it be alright if we did a short run together?
And question. You look awesome.
Thank you. And I have two questions. One, how was the card in Italia? Because he's not married to Natalia, and last you were saying was that bad. You came up with Germany.
Greece.
Yeah, how was that?
Well, I really enjoyed Greece. There were a couple of characters that I really, really wanted to play, and I auditioned for them, and I will not tell you what they are, but I was like really gunning for them. And I came really close. But at the end of the day, they cast people who could go a little higher in their voice than I could. And so I ended up playing Greece, and I love Greece. I love Greece. Greece loves me. And they love the Olympic Games. You know what I'm talking about? Question?
What's your cat's name?
Sorry?
Assassin's Creed. What is your cat's name?
What is my cat's name?
Greece.
Oh! Did Greece name his cat? I don't know if Greece... What? I don't know that Greece ever named his cat. Would you like to name his cat for me? What would you like to call the cat?
Mr. Mohi.
It's a deal. That is a deal. You have a deal tonight. Yes.
What was the funniest experience when you recorded your characters, and what is the best character that describes you?
You mean like what character is most like me?
Yes.
Well, I would like to think Tamaki is. I'm not so sure. At least the good parts of Tamaki. I want to be the romantic, smooth Tamaki. I don't want to be the in the corner bawling and screaming Tamaki. I want to be the smooth Tamaki. But funniest thing that's ever happened, sweetheart, there have been so many funny things. I can't even begin to tell you the funny things that have happened. How many of you guys know a show called Air? If you have not seen that show, you need to. It's so beautiful. Am I right? The animation is so beautiful, and the story is amazing. Well, I was this is really a dumb story, but it came to my mind, and so too late now, right? So I'm recording this show, and I play this character named Yukito. Yukito is a homeless guy who kind of lives out on the seawall and looks for food and has this little puppet that he tries to do puppet shows with to entertain people and get some money here and there. Well, Yukito has this puppet, and in one scene, this dog comes along and grabs the puppet and runs away. So Yukito is chasing this dog all over the place, and he jumps after the dog, and he ends up over this bridge into this little stream of water. So as he's crawling up out of the water, he's crawling up the hill, back up to out of the water, there's a girl standing at the top of the hill with her hand out, offering to help him. Well now, when you're recording something like that, you would make the noises that you would normally make when you're trying to climb up the hill, right? So, she puts her hand out, and I'm recording Yukito, and I went, right? Well, we were having a good time that day in the studio. So, I thought I'd do something fun. So, we got ready to record, and I went, and the director started laughing, and then I started laughing. And then for the next 10 minutes, anytime Yukito sat down on a bench, I would go, I don't even know why. I just started making these dumb fart noises. And we decided that's why they called the show Air. Question. You know what? We're coming close, aren't we? Yeah. I tell you what, let's take one more question. Can we do that? And then, you know what? Would you like to see one more video? Yeah! Okay, pick one more good question for us, Bob. Or I'll come on. Go ahead, get ready. She looks like she has a good question.
If you were going to cosplay one of the characters you voice, who would you choose?
Oh, I've done it, girl. I cosplay a lot. Have any of you ever seen a show that a video that I made called Full Metal Fantasy?
No!
You haven't?
The con people sucked last time! Yes!
You know what? We'll have to end with it though, because that's going to take up the... But let me tell you, before you click that, let me tell you what you're about to see. First of all, if you're shooting video, don't shoot this, okay? Please, promise me. Promise me. Don't put this on the internet. This is a present for you. I only show this at conventions. I don't sell it. It's not on any discs anywhere. It's not on YouTube. The only place you can see this is at a convention. So I'm going to show this to you. Now let me tell you what you're about to see, so you don't get scared. Shortly after I started recording Full Metal, I was at a convention, and somebody, much like this person right here, shows up dressed as Edward Elric and says, "Can I take a picture of you wearing my red coat?" And I was like, "Cool, that'd be fun. I'd never put the red coat on before." So I put it on, and all of a sudden people are like, "You should cosplay as Edward Elric." I was like, "No, I shouldn't, because I'm too old and too tall." But I started thinking about what would be a plausible story whereby a grown man could kind of turn into an anime character. So I made up this story, and then I started thinking, you know, I've never seen any voice actors cosplay as their characters. And the more I thought about it, the more I thought, I'm going to ask some of the other voice actors if they want to be in this too. So a whole bunch of the Full Metal voice actors got together one weekend in Houston, Texas, and we shot something called Full Metal Fantasy. Now, I started showing it at conventions after I finished, and about a year after I started showing it, Funimation called me and they said, "Hey, listen, this Full Metal Fantasy is getting really popular." And I'm like, "I know, right?" And they said, "Well, we don't want the Japanese who own Full Metal Alchemist to get upset with us that we made this live-action Full Metal Alchemist." And I said, "Well, you didn't make it. I made it. And I'm not charging money for it. It's just for fun. And it promotes their show, right? I mean, how many other shows can say they've got voice actors running around dressed up as their characters, right?" And Funimation's like, "Well, yeah, I know, but we don't want to make them mad." So they asked me to stop showing it. And I stopped for like 3 years, 4 years. No one ever saw it. And then last year, a good friend of mine from Funimation called me and she said, "I have some good news for you, Vic." She said, "If you let me know when you intend to show it, you can start showing Full Metal Fantasy again." So I will show it to you today, alright? As soon as this is over, I will look forward to meeting as many of you as want to come by for an hour. I'll have an hour, and I'll look forward to meeting you.